at all since I've been working on the chemistry report, which is due today. Well, can I copy your homework, please? Well, ladies and gentlemen, hi. That was basically my normal conversation with my classmates lately. Whenever I have a conversation with them, it will always be about the homeworks, tasks, reports, or anything else that have connection with online learning. Well, since the pandemic started, we have been dealing with online education, which isn't an easy thing to adapt with. Well, as students, we got a lot of homework, which it got too much for few of us. In fact, based on the Indonesian Child Protection Commission survey on the online learning implementation, 73.2% out of 1,700 students got pressured by the amount of homework that they need to do. So it's actually pretty common among all of us. And because of that pressure, some of us start to just give up and choose to copy someone else's work or even copying things from Brandy and any other websites, just like me. There are a lot of problems with the amount of homework. And because of that, students start to just address their teachers as inhuman because they give us a lot of homework without thinking our mental condition and everything else. Well, but ladies and gentlemen, that's where I start to wonder. I mean, no matter how much the amount of our homework, teachers still need to just find these questions, they need to answer it, they need to know the scores of everyone and everything else. So basically, if it's inhuman for us, it is also inhuman for teachers as well. Teachers should be exhausted just like us. So then, what do you think about why do the teachers give us that homeworks? So ladies and gentlemen, here is the case. So at the beginning of the semester, my math teacher told my class about the amount of materials that we need to study about for the whole semester. And then she compared it with the amount of online learning, the online meetings that we're going to have. Which there, I found out that we got a lot of materials to study about. Yeah, we only have a little time to study. So it's impossible for our teacher to teach all from the basics. Whether or not, we need to study ourselves. We need to find out about it ourselves. And so, to ensure that we're studying and we're practicing for the tests, teachers give us homework every single day before giving us the test. So it's not like they want to make us look miserable or anything else. It's just that they need to do it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's why this pandemic makes everything harder for teachers and students. So the question is, if our online education is inhuman, how do you think that we overcome this inhumanity? Well, I have two solutions for it. One for teacher and one for the students. So the first one, for the teachers. I believe that the teachers can make survey for the students that's asking about which kind of explanation that is hard to understand, which kind of homework that is hard and they don't want to do it, and anything else that have connection with that. So the teachers, after that, the teachers can have a discussion or a sharing session which discuss about the online teaching strategies. After the survey, they must know about which kind of homework that is hard to do, which kind of explanation that is hard to understand, and they can start to find out about how to teach effectively, even online like this. Well, I actually want to give my own opinion and my own solution, but considering that I'm only a student, I'm not a teacher, and I don't really know about the mechanism of all the online school things, I think my opinion will be irrelevant for that. Oh, also, if it's possible, I would really love to have the Minister of Education to change a bit about our curriculum, since we need to adjust with this condition, right? But still, even though with adjusting with this condition, our curriculum is still an offline school oriented. So it's like it's not suitable for our condition. So if there's anyone from the Minister of Education, please just reconsider it. Okay, moving on to the last one, for the students. We as students shouldn't just wait for the result of changes, but instead we need to make our own changes as well. We need to find out the way to overcome our own situation, and we need to find a way to manage our time better. But that's the case, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think that our problem is about the time management, because we have a lot more time rather than the offline schools, right? So then instead of time management, I would say that our problem is our mental condition. Because of the sudden change between this offline to the online, we need to adapt quickly, right? And even though we need to adapt quickly, we cannot meet with our friends, which makes everything harder and makes a lot of pressure for our mental. So because of that, I believe the solution that we can do for as students is to make a study group. Study group giving us the togetherness that is lost during the pandemic. You can join a study group from the online places, but you can also make a new study group with your classmates. Well, I suggest you to do the second one, because by having your classmates as your support system, they can help to observe you and observe your study track as well. Well, I can say that because I actually already have a study group with my classmates, and that really helps me. There, we study together, we do our homework together, we share our opinion together, or even some things like only share memes and things. If all of us are free, we will do a video call to study together, or maybe just doing truth or dare games. That's for our needs and for our mental condition as well. There, my friends really caught my back so well. We are helping and checking each other. So it's like if in case I almost forgot to put my attendance list, or maybe I almost forgot to join the Zoom meeting, they will call me immediately. They also push me to just be active on the online meetings, because they say that it can increase my scores as well. They also told me that it's okay to feel exhausted. I mean, being exhausted means that you're working really hard, right? Whenever you feel exhausted, just tell me. We're going to get your back, okay? We're going to get through this together, no matter what. They always told me that every single time. And that's why I feel that, I feel less pressured. And I also feel that I got a better mood to study lately. So ladies and gentlemen, the problem is not only about, our curriculum or our mechanism. It is also about our mental condition, the mental burden that we have. None of us here, students or teachers, can do it all alone. We need our friends, we need our classmates, we need our partners to help us, to find solutions together, and to face it together. There's no way someone can do it all alone. Impossible. So let's start this new movement. Let's start to get each other's back, and let's start to build this support system that we need. Let's just tell each other that being exhausted is fine. And if you're being exhausted, we will got each other's back. None of us are alone, and we will get through this together. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for me. I hope that we can get through this together, no matter what happens. Well, that's all. I'm Holly, and I'll see you next time. Bye.